And this heat for the next couple of days, this stuff will jump.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. So, we got a special guest here today. Nate from Sound Agriculture. How we doing?
How we doing? What's going on?
Oh, we're gonna go do some sightseeing. We planted that field first, up over. Then after we took grass off, we actually came in and planted these fields here. And as you guys remember, we put source in one strip, 18 rows in. And this field actually on paper was a better field than that field, but looking at them, they're similar, very similar. But this ground did not get any fertilizer. It's working right off the ground, so it gives it an idea of really what we have compared side by side. So before we do this, give us a rundown again on the source product, because every time anybody asks me what it really does, and I'm like, it replaces some nitrogen, it utilizes the microbes in the soil.
Yeah, we're calling source a soil activator. So what it's doing is it's stimulating the naturally occurring microbes that are already in your soil. So we're waking up those microbes, getting them activated, ramping up their production, and those microbes are then helping convert nutrients to the plant available form and supply them back to the plants. So we're not adding any microbes to the soil, to the plants. We are just stimulating what's already there.
Okay. Yeah.
Simple.
Simple, like that. I'm not a chemist, but. So 45-foot sprayer makes 18 rows. So we went all the way in, which that should be 8, 16. And then we sprayed one pass with source. And given this ground got 0 fertilizer to it, that's pretty good comparison. So as you see right there, that little green dot, that is the corn seed that actually made all that. And that is source treated. What we're looking at right now, root structure is really the biggest thing. And that's what we saw last year, was even in the drought, the root structure of the source product was going deeper than the non-source product, source applied. So we'll compare. And then your plan is tissue sample.
Yep, tissue sample, soil sample, see if we see anything there.
And we're just over 2 weeks, but usually you say 3 weeks plus is when you really see results.
Yeah, 2 into 3 weeks, you know, by that 3rd week, things are really active and going. So we're slightly early, but you know, we're still in a good window.
Yeah, we're seeing. We were talking the other night, and they said one of the top 3 things, and most people never do it, is go out and actually scout your fields and actually see what's growing and what it's doing.
You can learn a lot by standing in the field.
So
we gotta get out there.
So we'll wait till we get back to the truck, but we'll put them side by side. One on the right, source product on it. One on the left, non-source product. Plant looks very similar. Roots definitely on the source applied have a lot more going on. But yeah, he'll take soil sample side by side to have a comparison, and then tissue is the big thing. And that's something up until last year, I did 0 tissue sampling in my life. But that's telling you if your plant has what it needs to actually get the outcome, the maximum potential outcome. So next thing would be taking tissue samples to compare not sprayed with source product, sprayed with source product. And last year was the first year thinking last year was the first year I actually did any tissue samples in my life. So at first I thought this was planted June 7th, which it looks pretty good. It's actually June 11th. So it's been 40 some days and no fertilizer. Just working off what's in the soil to see what really goes on. That other stuff that's over there, that was June 7th, and that's kicking along really well. And then May 22nd, I think, was our first day of planting on that stuff up. We got stuff spread out all over, but that's the nature of this first year and what we're doing. This field got planted May 28th. You can see some sprayer burn and things like that, where on the hillsides we killed some rows. But overall, looking absolutely awesome. Big girthy stalks and everything else like that. All of this field got sprayed. All of that field got sprayed with Source. What we did in this field, if you can remember, is we dropped back 25 units of nitrogen in select rows. Now I gotta find my flags though. We were gonna switch the flags out. He's gonna get me some flags though. And then from there, we want to see. I clearly missed spraying right here. That's embarrassing. My bad. Right along the road. Neighbors are hauling a lot of bales out. I'm gonna have to come back and spray right here because this is embarrassing. But we should have a 60-foot pass, so when we go to combine we can take the middle and compare. Not doing so bad. We got some variation a little bit. Somebody did ask in previous videos, why is the corn taller in spots than other spots? Germination. How much water was available in that area when we planted it and it started to grow. So you can see this is taller and then it dips down and then it goes up a little bit. But around here there is quite a lot of waves, and I do not have any that's yellow from being drowned out, stuff like that. I'm very happy with how much it's cleaned up in this field. I wish everything was this tall right now, because that's probably 5 foot tall, but that ain't bad. Consistency is really good. I think it's going to get down and get even better. And this heat for the next couple of days, this stuff will jump quite a bit. Pretty cool seeing it at my own place too. So these two plants are in the section that pulled out 25 units of nitrogen, and these are next door that have the full rate. And side by side, like, they're the same. So if you can pull away nitrogen and still build the same plant,
Yep.
because the key is, everybody says, oh, more nitrogen, more nitrogen, more nitrogen.
Yep.
But when urea's, well, 2 years ago, $600 a ton, stuff like that.
Yep. And you can supply yourself with 25 pounds of N, plus unlock some additional phosphorus and tap into some other micros and stuff in the soil, you know. And it has plant health benefits, you know. What would you rather put your money on?
Yeah. And it, yeah. Fertilizer always, well, the worry of this year, it won't stop raining, then
Yeah.
where's your urea go?
Right. Yeah, in this scenario, this is where we don't necessarily, it'd be great to see bigger plants, but if we can see plants that maintain the same as the full rate of N with minus 25 in source, we're keeping up, you know.
Yep.
So of course, like we said, the proof is going to be in the yield at the end of the year, but at least we're seeing some promising things.
Yeah, we're not seeing something that's about ready to die and is begging for for more fertilizer.
That's right.
Which is a good thing. We're actually trying to survive the first year. So. Sign is still here, which is good. What are you doing? Hey, come here. Okay. Yep. So everything over there got sourced. Over here we only did one strip. So 45 foot in, we did our strip, and that was it. Weed control over here is not nearly as good as I was hoping to see. Granted, this is not kicking us along as much. This was the plants that got hail on it, so I think in the next few days it should canopy and be pretty good. Same thing, I missed some sections. We'll do better next year. So 45 foot in. And you look here, and then all of a sudden it greens up and it levels out, and then it gets over, I'd say about 45 foot from us over. It dips back down. But we both looked at each other and said, I don't know if we're going to count that as realistic, or if we got to have more data than just looking at it. But, yeah, poor corn. He'll grow out of it. Nope, nothing grew here. So something either ate it. Planter was planting good. Like, somebody wrote that my planter didn't do a very good job. When it was in the right conditions and stuff wasn't eating, as you see, it planted. But turkeys over here and deer over here. That's deer damage. So my expectations as far as yield, I have a lot more yield loss over here than deer. Treated plant, not treated. So you're saying the fines, which the fines are the big thing of picking up nutrients.
Yeah, a little bit more finer root hairs. Yep, can tap into more nutrients in the soil, send out more signals through the rhizosphere to the microbes, and get it to send nutrients back to the plant. So pretty common to see that there's a lot more finer root hairs on the source applied, so not too surprised to see it here. But
as you were saying, the real results are in when we're actually
be in the yield. Yep.
Harvesting it.
Yep. The ROI on the product and getting the money back to you. So that'll tell us the true story at the end. But it is nice to see in season some plant health benefits happening.
Yeah, gives you a good peace of mind.
Yep.
So that ground over there is probably the poorest ground that I got. That is why I wanted to use it on it and see what we had for a gain. This ground's doing good. If it didn't get hailed, I'd say it's doing great. Plants are still doing good, healthy, very, very consistent. This little run over spot here, sprayer. So yeah, when you're a little bit off, you run it over. But other than the hail damage, I'm very excited for this. If we can keep the turkeys and the deer out, which I know neighbor already said that's going to be your biggest struggle. But I am happy with it. It's come a long way since we stopped here and walked this field 4 days ago, and it was not, it's probably jumped a foot in the last 4 days when we stopped Saturday. So 5 days. Well, very, very happy with it. That stuff's coming along. That front's going to be yellow. It's just what it is. The rest of the fields are all really, really good shape. Looked at 3 different fields, 3 different scenarios. Yeah. And it's really Mother Nature. And
yeah,
well, now that we're going to get some heat, we've had enough rain. You guys haven't had much rain at all down.
No, it's been a struggle.
So, and out west hasn't had rain, and Vermont's had way too much rain, and Maine, it seemed like it rained all the time. So every year is going to be a struggle, but our plan is September.
Yeah.
We'll actually look at ears and see where we're at there. And then following up after that, it will be harvest time, and we'll see
the results
side by side. So
letting it do its thing right now.
Yeah, but stuff's growing. It's green, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
And it's growing, which it could be worse.
A little heat, and that stuff's going to be jump a foot a day.
Yeah, that consistency of that lower one is much better than the top. But when you're driving in, as you said, it looks very even.
Standing back, it's pretty pretty good looking.
Well, I appreciate you stopping in.
Thanks, Chris.
And next time we'll see him in September. We'll get some flags.
Yep.
And we'll go from there, and we'll follow up on some things. We got to find the rest of the flags that I got out there, but we'll spend some time looking for that.
Yep.
Some signs going on here. We are gonna, look at that. Janet, I appreciate the labels, the stickers of the varieties. Look at that. Picasso, I like it. So I'm gonna slap them on the other ones that are down there. We're gonna go put this in so we are in a good place. And yeah. Mitch, your towers, silos of cider are pretty good, bud. I asked him what the T meant, and he said it means thirsty Thursday, so appreciate it. Plot is looking good. We got the stickers because my handwriting wasn't good, I guess. Thanks, Janet. I'm just kidding. She said she could have some stickers. So she brought me stickers of all the traits, of all the varieties that we had. And honestly, this stuff looks awesome. So the person with the comments of maybe the seed company came and took your signs down because your corn seed didn't look good, grow up. This is just consistently awesome. Week from now, I bet it's going to double in height. We'll see. Get some good heat. Everything's going to jump. Got a bunch of fertilizer in front of it, so. That did not want to come apart nicely. You guys want to see my Picasso work? What are you doing? You all tired out? Hot damn. That's what I like to see. Alrighty, that's gonna do it for tonight. Been a good day. Isaiah finished up chopping. Got our signs back up. Yeah. I'm doing this as far as the signs. Somebody asked, why would you put signs up? It's more of a pride thing of like, we planted this here and it's done this well, blah, blah, blah. So across here has done very well. It'll be interesting to see when we combine it, what we get for yields for each one and go from there. But Bob, bring me some signs. I know you're out on the boat right now. So Bob was with Nate earlier today. I think earlier today, yeah. And I should have told him to just bring me some signs from Bob. But, God. This is honestly living. Like, as stressful as this year's been, and some of you probably don't think I'm stressed at all, which is good. But pretty stressful. In many, many different ways. So just being able to soak in and be like, I did this and I did that and we cleaned that up and we did some of this and some of that and we're still here and we're alive and we're kicking. I mean, it's gratifying. So a lot of stress, but at the same point, it's rewarding as a lifestyle. So yes, the cow is still doing what cows do, well, the steer, and hopefully we see something from that, because you guys saw that in the previous video that showed up. But alrighty, me and Diego, we're gonna make some dinner. We got the daily commuter. Stickers are definitely a lot nicer than my handwriting, to be honest. So thank you, Janet, for hooking that back up. Got some great reps, got some great seed people, got a lot of good support around here. And I am excited to see what we can do for corn, especially after some days of heat and it kicking along. Yeah, we're doing good. So appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.